Hello, guys. Welcome to TalentZ's YouTube channel. Today, we have a special guest with us who is a tech expert, an innovator, and a motivator with a continuously growing LinkedIn family of over 70K followers. Not just that, he was recently featured on New York's Times Square for his commendable contribution to the society. Let's welcome Akash on board. Hi, Akash. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. So I want to start off by asking you, could you please elaborate your journey? Where did it start? Where did the thoughts come from?
So, if you talk about the journey of product management, obviously it started during my final year. But the whole journey, like building career, I do think that it start from the school itself. Okay, where you kind of understand where you want to head. Your undergrad decide a lot because what you're going to pursue, it's gonna be useful for the whole life or whole career. So yeah, I mean, from the school itself, I decided I wanted to go into IIT, and then from IIT, I was like at third year, fourth year, I decided I want to go into product management, and then from there itself, I started my journey, and it's going good so far.
Okay, that's great. I think that's an important point you made here, that undergrad also matters a lot, because currently people are thinking that, okay, I can pursue whatever. People are not thinking so much about undergraduation. They just
No, see, like nowadays, yeah, I do understand. There is no kind of barrier. Like you can be in computer science, you can be a sales guy. You can come from the commerce or come from any background. You can be anything. Like nowadays, this switching and going into another field is common. But then, whatever you are going to do for 4 year or 3 year of graduation, that if you can think a little logically, it could help a lot.
Yeah, I completely agree. You know, uh, because yeah, that is very important. It's kind of a foundation, right?
Yep.
So that brings me to my another question, because graduation, master graduation, everything is related to your, job, career, business. So which one do you think is better, a startup or a corporate job?
It's all about like uh I do think like it depends on the mindset, like what you are thinking, but it's more of like a personal trait. If I'm kind of, a person from the beginning, I do like taking risks. I am good of, I mean, I'm good of, I'm like very much know that what decision I'm going to take. I'm very much clear with that. And, I can put whatever effort that is needed. I can isolate myself from the society, from my dear ones, and then I can put something alone. And if I'm a more, I'm motivated in myself. I don't need external motivation. These things do help. That's what I do believe. So like there are factors that decide. From whatever I think is that persons should think their own. They can't just blindly uh, start anything just to get a sexy or cool tag of CEO or CXO. So that's what my suggestion is. They should think logically. They should validate things. They should do a kind of survey to understand whatever ideas that they are going to build. It's not just any random idea. It's gonna help. So yeah.
Right. Of course. I mean, getting to CFO or CEO.
And also I've said, I've seen that it's not bad to be a good in corporate and do a job if you're constantly learning, if you're constantly evolving yourself. Whatever I have seen in my career in last 3 years, it's not just about salary that has grown 7 times. That's a different thing. But then whatever place I am, whatever knowledge that I do carry, I think I always try to get the edge. Okay, so that I, keep up myself up to the notch, so that people, wherever I am going, I'm adding some value to it. So these are the things that matters a lot. So
Right.
yeah. So even if you're in corporate, you're doing a good thing. You are at top notch. Things are fine, but just be in corporate. Don't do anything. That's also that's something which you need to think. Otherwise, if you're if you're fine with corporate job, that's good. You don't need to just hustle just to get the full tag of the CSO or CX. It's completely fine.
Completely. I completely agree with that, because when it comes to business, there is a lot of things that you need to keep in mind. You need to have that kind of decision making power, that kind of mindset, risk taking, which many people cannot handle. Like, for example, if starting their business and it goes down, they are going down with it. There are very few people who can handle that. Which brings me to my next question, because when it comes to corporate job or any kind of business, networking is extremely important. Correct? I want to ask you, what are the 3 tips that you would give to freshers to improve networking?
Yeah, so first thing is like, I mean, if you are in corporate, let's say you are in tech fields, first thing is that you need to be good at whatever you are doing. Okay, that's how people recognize. So in corporate especially, even if you are fresher, there are, let's say, a training going on, and then you are the one who put efforts, who do grasp things very clearly. I mean, your vision is clear, you understand what they are telling you. So one thing is, if you're good with the skills, whatever things are going on, if you are at the notch, people do know you. Okay, कि ये बंदा फोड़ू है, तो वहां से you create an aura and people do try to connect to you. So if you are in a company, even if you are a fresher, just build a good aura around you so that people do recognize. That's the first thing. That's about the vicinity wherever you are working. Second is, obviously, for every corporate guy, I do recommend to be on LinkedIn and do write anything. Like, once in a week is fine. Saturday or Sunday, any one day, you just sit and see whatever you have done the whole week. I mean, there must be something
Yeah.
that you can tell people that you have seen from your eyes that people can't see really. Okay, it can be anything. You're just walking to the street and somebody just met you. It can be as simple as a poor guy who came to you, and then how was your experience? Like, you just fed him, you just, I mean, you took her to a good restaurant and then feed him. And anything, it could be anything. You can write anything. People do write about Ola, Uber, and this Rapido bike and all those things. So it can be anything. You just write your experience. It can be mix up of your personal thing. It can be mix up of, I mean, it can be combination of your personal thing and your corporate, any tech skills. Just do write on LinkedIn. Third thing is, like, what I do believe is, you need to actively uh, connect with people. Maybe it's on LinkedIn or anywhere. I mean, any platform. You just try to, even if you're coming from a college, you just go back and see how things are going. You just actively do things. And I mean, it's all about, like, adding value to the society. If you are adding value, people will definitely make a network to you. That, hey, if you are not adding any value, people would hardly try. So wherever you are, just make sure that you are adding value to it. That's my suggestion.
I think having that giving mindset is really important, no
Yep,
matter
yep, yep. It always will. It always will.
right? It always helps, no matter the
But you should always be in a position to give something. It
right.
could be knowledge. Yeah. So always be a giver, but then you make yourself that you can be a giver as well. Not everybody can be a giver. So
Correct.
yeah, that helps.
Which is why, we need to kind of have that sort of mindset, because everybody, I think, if they have that sort of mind, as at least I will have some knowledge to give, right? My experience to
Yeah.
share, right? Okay. So
Agree.
that also brings me to another question. Do you think that if a person who has great technical skills does not really require soft skills to survive or to grow in their career? Because there is this, I would say, misconception that people have, that I have great technical skills, I don't really need to work on my soft skills. What are your thoughts about that?
See, like, if you talk about nowadays, I mean, if you are in a corporate, okay, you have a good technical skill. Even if you're CTO, I mean, you think that I'm CTO, I don't need to talk to anybody. I mean, as it, like, I don't need to report to manager. I am just independent, free soul kind of. Then also people do connect to CTO. Let's say they are investors and all those folks. So, I mean, at any point of time, and I mean, that's just a small numbers, but major question, I think you are looking for those who are working in corporate, who are good tech skills.
Yes.
So for them, I have just basic thing to make is like, या तुम कुछ भी करोगे, एट द एंड तुमको बताना पड़ेगा कि तुमने क्या किया है, राइट? मैं
Absolutely.
कुछ भी करूँ, मुझे बताना पड़ेगा कि मैंने क्या किया है। मैं करके रख दूं, ऐसे थोड़ी चलता है, ठीक है? सो लाइक टू able to communicate with your manager, to VP or whoever you're reporting to, or even to the teams, even your lower folks, let's say freshers, if you're a manager and then you have a freshers who are reporting to you, you need to be a good communicator to make them understand your vision. Okay,
Absolutely.
so your vision, whatever problems that you are going to solve, how exactly you are thinking, even if you are going to do a brainstorming session, you need to communicate better. Okay, and I mean, all this thing aside, even if you're looking for a good salary, then also you have to communicate that
That's a big
whatever I have done, what impact that it brings, right?
yeah.
So this obviously helps.
Of course, I think this is very important. Soft skills are really important, whether you're running a business or you're in corporate job, because
So yeah, so you would not believe, like when I entered into college, I was coming from a very small town. Okay, so I come from a like a very I mean, I still, it has been 3 years. I still work on mobile hotspot. I don't have Wi-Fi here. Okay, so I come from that area. In my first year, everybody when going to IT, they think that I am going to be a very technical person. When I took electrical engineering, I was like, I will be the person who is designing chip and all and everything. I will be just a tech guy. I don't need to, interact with folks. So, and that's how I will be a good IT. But then that was wrong. In my second year, I saw within my, as like within me, I saw a lot of changes that I was not able to good, communicating. I mean, in English, I was like just a typical because I come from the Hindi background, North India. So I was like just able to communicate Hindi. So slowly and slowly changes happened. And I am very thankful that I was able to grasp things that were happening around. So I saw that people are, those who are only respected or kind of, have an edge, those who communicate better. So I started communicating better. In my third year, I was appointed as a president student council. I think maybe that has also a role to lead the IT Ropar student council. And then like I got a foreign internship in my second year itself. It's very hard to get in second year foreign intern. I went to Taiwan, and then in fourth year I worked with a startup like third year summer, and then I got selected. So I mean, and also like after getting selected in 2020 when I graduate, it has been 3 years. I have done a tremendous things. That's what I do believe. I don't know what people judge. So yeah, I mean, all these things do help when you are at that level because of these soft skills help. Yep.
I think yeah, you are absolutely correct. It is extremely important. It's about talking to people, being able to
Yep.
thoughts in front of somebody. So I don't think there is anyone who can go without that, right? Okay. So
Definitely.
important question that I want to ask you, which I think will be able to help a lot of people. What do you think a person should revive their motivation if they're feeling stuck in their career, or as a fresher if you're feeling lost?
So see, like I'm very clear with this philosophy. In my life, I have always adopted that if I'm feeling low, kind of, look at the people who are below me, okay,
Yeah.
and then I try to see that. See, I am like top of those folks. They are still struggling. I should be thankful to myself. Okay, that's one thing. And at the same time, if I want to feel motivated enough to work, I mean, push hard, then I look at the people who are on top of me. Okay, no matter wherever you are, there would be still people who are lower to you and then who are like at the top of you. Okay, so I mean, if you really want to get motivated, connect with those people who are at like kind of top to you, and just discuss, have a discussion. You will definitely learn something from them. That's the one thing. Second is like, I mean, nowadays distraction are a lot. So, I mean, you need to realize first that, okay, I'm not getting enough motivation to work on these things. People don't realize. People think that whatever I'm doing is the best thing I can do. And I mean, to have a self-realization, I do believe that yoga and meditation helps. And then from there itself, you cut yourself. So I'm regular yoga person. I can't imagine my day without yoga and meditation.
Absolutely. I've
So,
been hearing this from a lot of people. A lot of, people who are doing well mentally, career-wise, professionally,
so I mean, at least I don't know what yoga does, I mean, obviously internally people do that, your breathing system and liver and all those things. But at least what I have seen in myself, I have realized that I am good at self-realization. So
Yeah.
without you coming and saying me that, hey Akash, this is what went wrong, you could have done better, I would realize myself. Okay, so that's a benefit that I do get from it. I have a good
Yeah.
self-image.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's all about mindfulness, self-realization. And it is also it that you just, gave us good advice that surround yourself with better people. Look at the people who are doing better than you, then you will definitely get that fire inside you. Okay, I want to be there. If they can do it, so can I. Correct.
So I mean, motivation is not about always getting motivated to push hard. Okay, motivation is also, I mean, motivation is not something that, hey, I have to hit gym, I have to do really work very hard for that 1 hour or 2 hours. Motivation can be that you are a little bit unorganized.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you try to do a little bit understand of self thought by discussing with those people who are at the top, and then you find that, hey, this is something which is very simple. If I can do these changes, I can be at the top. So
Yes.
going, I mean, to be at the top, you don't need to really, like, just study hard or upskill yourself, all those things. There are small things that can really help you. So I mean, that is something which I do suggest.
Yeah.
You don't need to really give up your movies on weekend, going out dates and all those things. I mean, that's completely fine. You can just simply realize that whenever I sit on my chair for 8 or 9 hours, what exactly things I do. If you can organize that thing, you can even enjoy your weekends in a better way.
Right.
Okay,
'Cause you
so
want,
that's what I do believe.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Completely. Small steps also, they add up to a bigger thing.
Yeah.
So absolutely, can see small steps, motivation. And I think you have given us great and very doable advices, not something like wake up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., which is not very doable in today's world. So I would like to thank you for your time and the wisdom that you have shared with us and from your own true experience. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks. Thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity to talk about this. Bye bye. Have a great day.